Hi students, I thought before we meet up for the next presentation session or our first presentation session this Friday, why not go about some basics? So rather than technical stuff, I'm going to just teach you some basic maths of interpolation this lecture. So yeah, before we go into interpolation, what is thermofluids? So what is your course all about? I'm sure, pretty sure Dr. Benjamin Mintz would have made that things clear with you people. But still, thermofluids over here is a combination of thermodynamics, heat transfer, fluid mechanics, and combustion. So a mixture of all these four things is called thermofluids, and that's what your syllabus is all about. Um, but I don't think we'll be having combustion for you this semester. We'll be covering up pretty much all the rest of the three subheadings this semester under your three chapters. So, or your seven chapters. Um, let's go into what this lecture is all about. Interpolation. So, what is interpolation? Interpolation is getting to know some unknown values using values that you have. So, where do we use this in our course? Steam tables. I'm sure this is like jumping into the sea, but uh, something too random. But just get to know what this thing is all about. I'll make sure that things fall into place as the semester goes on. So steam tables. So what is steam tables? Steam tables gives you the values of gases at different temperatures and pressures. So it's already predetermined. You don't have to calculate values using the PV is equal to nRT formula for ideal gases. Rather, you have them all jotted down in a table over here. You can just pick out values and use them up. So that's what steam tables is about. But you don't have a particular value in the steam tables. What are you going to do? That's where interpolation comes into place. Let's take an example for it. Like this is the steam table. Say you have temperature over here and you have the enthalpy values. So the temperatures are about 300, 400, 500, and you have the enthalpy values of 3 267, 270, 281. These are just random values, so something that I picked out. Um, Now you need the enthalpy of a temperature 350 degrees Celsius. How are you going to pick out? How are you going to know the value of enthalpy at this particular temperature? That's where interpolation comes into place. So let us have this value of enthalpy to be x, and I'll give you a formula for the interpolation stuff. The formula is y minus y1 divided by x minus x1 is equal to y minus y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So this is the formula for your interpolation. What are these terms? So this is going to be, let's pick out the value. So suppose this is the unknown value, you pick out the value before and after that. The value before that is going to be y1, the value after that is going to be y2, and this value is going to be y. Similarly, the value before is going to be x1, after is going to be x2, and the unknown value is going to be x. So put these things in the formula. X is the unknown. You have one unknown and one equation. You can like you just pick out the values, put it in here. You'll get the value of x. So this is what interpolation is about, and this is called single interpolation. So this is single interpolation. What is double interpolation? So what is double interpolation? Double interpolation is something similar to single interpolation, but you have, let's say, okay, one more example for that one. So let's say you have two sets of enthalpy values. You have the values of say HF and the value of Hg over here under enthalpy. I'm sure you're not familiar with these terms over here, but once I'm there, and I'll make sure that you get to know all these terms in the steam tables, and I'll go with the steam tables once again. This one is just about the interpolation. So again, you have the temperature value, have the values say 300, 400, and 500. So you have the values of HF say 260, 270, 293, and again 120, 29, or say 320, 329, and 371, something like that. So this is, suppose you have something like this, you need the value, so you need HFG value. You need to find out both the values of HF and Hg. You got to know the so this is the value of X. So this is Rx over here. And suppose we need the value for 450 degrees. This one is going to be Ry. But to find out the value of X, you need two values over here. You need this and you need this. So how are we going to find that? This is called double interpolation. You find using these values of 450. Just pick out, like for example, pick out this frame. Do the single interpolation for this. Now drop down this, pick out the bigger frame. Again, do the same single interpolation procedure using the same single interpolation formula and find out the values between this. So you have two new values over here. One this and one this. And using these two values, again, do the interpolation and find out the value of X. So this is double interpolation. It necessarily need not be HF, HFG, and something like this. I'll give you a much more decent example the next time when we meet up. So this is just to know what single interpolation and double interpolation is all about. Get to know these things. Anything, I'll post my details online so you can mail me and get in touch with me. Thank you.
கரெக்டாக கரெக்டாக பேட்ரி லோன்னு வந்துருச்சு.